All right, so Melvin Harris III is not a hero, okay? He's just not. Now that I've survived the canyon, that dang blizzard, whew, that was something else. That was some pretty scary stuff. Good Lord. Ooh, man. That was some pretty scary stuff. Anyways, now that I've gotten through that, Melvin Harris III is not a hero. I have seen the petition, release Melvin Harris III. I watched, when I said, okay, well, let me look into the story, and I watched The Amazing Lucas, and he's calling him hero, Melvin Harris III a hero. He's not. He's not. Here's why. Had he acted at the moment, okay, I can kind of give him a pass. But not for beating the guy to death. For hitting him and getting him out of the area, yes, absolutely get him out of the area. But for beating him to death, no, there's no. You have to have a little self-control. Melvin Harris had pulled up with his daughter and her friend at a QT in Arizona. His daughter went in. Another gentleman that has a mental illness went in and tried to get in her stall. The daughter, Melvin Harris's daughter, got in the truck. He spoke to security. He told security, "Hey, you gotta take care of this guy, or I will." Security said, "Yeah, I know. He's done this before." They left the scene. They were in his car and they left the scene. That incident is over. It's done. Okay? They left the scene. It's over. His daughter's not in any immediate danger. It's done. His daughter pointed the guy out. He turned around, confronted the guy. Eyewitnesses said that Melvin Harris hit the guy first. Melvin Harris, of course, later lied when the cops caught up with him later and said that the other guy hit him first. But multiple witnesses said Melvin Harris III had hit the guy first. While the guy was unconscious, he continued hitting him and beat him to death. A hero does not take the law into their own hands. That is not a hero. That's a vigilante. There's a difference. Had he confronted the guy in the stall and hit him a couple times, got his daughter safe, called the cops, okay, yeah, you got to pass. Hit him. I got you. But when you have left the scene, now you have created a second incident. You turned around to confront the guy. Melvin Harris turned around to confront the guy, so therefore it's a second incident. It's a second scene. His daughter was not in any immediate danger. He was not in any immediate danger. He confronted the other gentleman and beat him to death. That is not a hero's action. Now, let's look at this scenario. A mentally ill person tries to get into a stall. The cops show up. They beat this mentally ill person to death. And then what happens? Well, we all know what's going to happen. People are going to be like, well, wait. He had a mental illness. You shouldn't have beat him to death. He didn't deserve that. He deserved to be put in a home. He deserved to have mental treatment. He didn't deserve to die for that. He had a mental illness. And people would have been saying that. You know they would have. I know it. You know it. And anybody commenting on the section that, no, you're wrong. You know that that's what would have happened because we have past history to prove that. And if anything, human beings are creatures of habit. They keep doing things consistently on an unconscious level in some cases. But a hero does not become a vigilante, and a vigilante does not become a hero. To call him a hero is wrong. He is not a hero. If he was a hero, he would have hit the guy twice, left to be, called the cops. No. He is not a hero. We cannot sit back and let people take the law into their own hands and call him a hero. And then what? Encourage someone else to take the law into their own hands. Well, we can't do that. We have to have equal consistency of the law, and you can't have equal consistency of the law with vigilantism. Vigilantism leads to lawlessness. Even vigilante groups that have formed, like that group in Mexico that formed to fight the cartels, what did they end up becoming? A cartel. A different kind of cartel, but still a cartel. Power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. And to give a vigilante the power of calling him a hero, and then a petition to free him, no, he got 8 years. It's a good deal. He killed someone. He didn't have to kill that person. He could have sat there, waited for the cops in his car. His daughter was safe, parked across the street, whatever. He did not have to make a separate scene, which is a separate incident. Once he confronted him, the only thing that the first incident is a the word running through my head is a qualifier, but it's not a qualifier. An incident that leads up to the second incident, but there would be two separate incidents. There would be two separate things. One was one incident. It stopped because the daughter was now safe in the truck. He left the scene. Daughter pointed him out. He created another scene, another incident by confronting him. Don't confront people. Step back. Call cops. I understand. If immediate danger, okay, yeah. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about immediate danger, this and that. I just had people trying to convince me to sign the petition to release him, and I looked into the research, and I said, no, the guy killed a guy with mental illness. And everybody knows if it had been law officers that killed this guy with mental illness, everybody would have been said, but he had a mental illness. Consistency, people. Consistency. If he had a mental illness then, he has mental illness now, no matter what the situation is. And if he deserves treatment then, he deserves treatment now. If he didn't deserve to be killed in another scenario, he didn't deserve to be killed in this scenario. And he didn't deserve to be killed. Arrested, absolutely. Put into a mental institution, 100%. Taken off the streets, absolutely. Gotcha. And I know if I had a daughter and she was in the stall and someone did that and I found out, I'd be in the stall, I'd deck him a few times, make sure my daughter was safe, get her out the scene, and call the cops. Follow up on it, make sure he goes to jail. Follow up on it with mental health and say, hey, he needs to be kept off the streets. He's a danger. But kill him? No. Now what did you do? Now you robbed your daughters of 8 years with you. Good time, a little bit less. And the petition, what good is the petition going to do? It's not going to change the facts. It's a separate incident. Everybody's relating the two incidences together. One is a cause of the second incident, yes, but it's not an excuse. It's not a reason. It's like the people, video games made me do it. Video games made me violent. Violent movies made me violent. No. You had violent predisposition to begin with, and now you're just using a catalyst. It's like saying weed is the gateway drug. Okay, well, when you want to think about it, oxygen is the gateway drug. Because every single criminal everywhere, anywhere, or anybody who uses any drug anywhere has in common is they all breathe oxygen. So there we go. Oxygen is the gateway drug. Doesn't make sense. Equal, consistent application of the law. And to call him a hero is wrong. Now I know. Let the hate come. I know. Bad comments, I'm wrong. If I'm right, let me know I'm right. I can use some encouragement. YouTube beats me up on this all the time. They hate my channel. I can't talk about anything without it just being instantly flagged for limited ads, which means that it doesn't show up, which means it doesn't get spread. You can't really search for it. It doesn't show up in the recommendeds and things. It's a battle. But it's okay. Leave me your opinion. Don't be silent. Let me know. Convince me. Convince me that I'm wrong. Convince me of your side. But don't do it in a personal attack, because if you do it in a personal attack, I'm just going to ignore you. I'm not going to stop your comment. I don't believe in that, but I will ignore you. Anyways, that's what I got for now. I see so many people calling him a hero, and I think they've misconstrued hero versus vigilantism. Now, vigilante is not a hero. They're just not. And I know. Unpopular opinion. So, let me have it. I love you guys. Let your opinion be heard. I'll see you in the next one.